inferring from answers from the text. We are bringing people in to train us in math, and we are looking for different avenues of things that we can do to raise our reading and math scores. Teachers are collaborating. They are using Wednesday morning that you all graciously gave us the hour delay so that we could meet. And we have had some awesome meetings on Wednesday mornings working on what's best for us and what we need to be doing and looking at data. And the key to all of this is going to be looking at our data. We just got our Dibbles data in, and we are looking at that. We're going to be working on that some tomorrow morning. We are also looking at depth of knowledge. That every question on the West test is ranked according to what they call depth of knowledge, and one being total recall, like what state do you live in, to 2 and 3 and 4 levels of knowledge being higher level thinking. So we're going to be looking at depth of knowledge, and we're going to start focusing on those higher level questioning skills within our classrooms. We are still implementing Covey's 7 Habits for All. We are teaching our kids about being proactive, about becoming leaders. And if you'll look out here on the wall this evening, we have our leadership. Instead of doing a student of the week or a student of the month, we are doing a leader of the month and a leader of the week. And we are looking for those habits that those children need to exhibit, that they are being taught with using our counselors. IPI is Instructional Practices Inventory. That is something that Risa is going to schedule to do with us, where we go into classrooms and we check the level of student engagement. And the level of student engagement is checked according to sort of like the depth of knowledge. A 2 is they're maybe doing a worksheet. 5, they're working in groups, collaborating and doing cooperative learning. And a 6, they are doing higher level projects and things like that, to where they are going in depth into something and really learning. And then we will examine that and see where we are. Risa this year is collaborating with us. We have 3 ladies from Risa who are coming in 3 days a week. One is a specialist in reading. One is a Title I specialist. She worked at the State Department for years in Title I. She is leading this. And the other one is a special ed specialist. And they were here yesterday. They did a culture survey with our staff and met with almost every one of them. And we got a very good report back from them. They said that our culture was, which is one of the biggest steps to school improvement, that they thought our culture was wonderful. So I was really pleased to hear that. And they're going to actually meet with us October 15th. And they would like you and Charlene to be there if you all possibly can. And they're going to go over the results of everything that they found. But their initial findings with what they told me yesterday, but they were very, very well pleased. So we are growing, and I will have to say something that wasn't on there, that that's going to be the biggest change maker, I think, for our school this year, is our teachers. We have 10 new teachers this year, and those teachers are dynamic. They are excellent, excellent teachers. And because our teaching staff this year is so strong, we have no place to go but up, and we know that we're going up. We have a lady that does Read 180, which is a program that our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders use, and she is dynamite. We have another lady who is in 4th grade, and she's teaching reading through social studies and science, and she's a first-year teacher, and she is just dynamite. We have another teacher in 5th grade, and she is doing one wonderful job. Just our whole staff configuration has changed with the new teachers coming in, and that was due to retirements and teachers transferring. So I think that our staff is probably, right now I would say they're one of the strongest staffs in the county. They are just a wonderful staff, and they're working collaborative together. And I couldn't do anything that I do without their support. And that's like the meal tonight. Yesterday evening, I said, we need to provide food. Will you all, everybody bring something, and you see what you have this evening. So, you know, that's short notice. I'm sure some of them had to go to the store.
But they chose well.
They chose well, yes, they did. Innovative programs that we have are Clay Center Music Tutoring Program, and teaching music to children increases math scores. There's something about the connection with the brain and music that you will see an increase in test scores. And the guy who does this just talked to me the other day. He has a waiting list, pretty long. He's here 2 days a week, and he does guitar lessons with the children, and they get a guitar. So he wants to start coming a 3rd day and pick up a lot of the students that are on the waiting list. And so we are working that out. And he tells me that there are children here who are the most talented children that he works with. And he goes all over the state from the Clay Center doing things like this. We have Read 180, which, like I said, is a reading program for our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And we're actually looking at maybe trying to put that down into the lower grades next year. We have tiered intervention, which is where we use our Title I teachers to go in the classrooms and work with small groups. We just started Monday our critical skills instruction in after school. We have a 21st century after school program that we work with closely with Michael Tierney on. And the critical skills part of it is for 3rd and 8th grade students who possibly are at risk of failing. So we target those students, and we've been calling them and trying to get them to sign up. And they're going to receive some intense instruction during that time. And our Covey Leadership Program, we are getting ready to hold a school-wide election for a student body president and vice president, which will serve on our leadership team. And our children, our older children, are coming down into our lower grades and reading to them and acting as role models for them. So we're seeing a lot of growth in our children by doing the Stephen Covey habits. We are, like I said, collaborating with the West Virginia Department of Education out of the school improvement part of it with Michelle Blatt and David Price, along with RISA. So they are providing us with a lot of support. We take our staff every year on a retreat where we plan the school year. We have staff development in areas of need, such as reading and math. This year we did an intense book study. Marcia Tate is the author. She wrote worksheets, Don't Grow Dendrites, and it was all about things that you can do in the classroom, different teaching strategies you can use. And we're going to have the privilege in Lincoln County of hearing her on our October Faculty Senate Day. I think that's the 30th. Everybody in the county is going to be able to hear her. The principals had the opportunity to hear her speak last year at the Effective Schools Conference in Phoenix that we went to, and she was just wonderful, wonderful. What she taught in a half a day was just astounding to me. We have a daily physical education program for every student, and a lot of schools do not have that, especially in your middle schools. You a lot of times might get 2-3 days a week, but every one of our children get it every day of the week. We also have art and music instruction for all grade levels, and we've been able to work that out this year, and our students are really excited about that, especially our younger students. Facility improvement. Now, I know you think that we are a new school, and we don't need any improvements. But I got news for you. We do. And a lot of it is not any fault of ours or yours. These are some things that we feel that we need. We are working on our playground. We just have, the county commission gave us one piece of equipment. When they started putting it together, they realized there were a lot of things that were missing. So we've had to order parts for it. And when those parts came in, they came and put it together and discovered that there was some more parts missing. So they are getting me a price list for that, and I'm going to order that. We got $26,000 from the legislature to help with our playground. We're hoping to put in an outdoor basketball court. Mulch was delivered this week, and or the end of last week. And as soon as we get the mulch spread, the children will be able to actually start playing on the playground. One of the things that we would like your help in is in more parking. And all we're asking for there is some gravel. We've got some spaces out here in front that are just grass, that they can't park there because they're going to rut it out and it's going to look horrible and it'll be an eyesore. So what we need is some gravel to go in there and to help that create more parking. We're getting ready to go into basketball season, and believe me, they will park everywhere. They will pull up on the curb and the sidewalk if they can. So we're really, especially before cold weather starts in, we need some gravel. And as you know, upgraded athletic fields, and we realize unless we pass the bond, that's not going to happen. So we're just hoping that everything goes okay with that. Additional classrooms, I think every one of you all are aware that they built the school too small. Last year when we had the bond meeting, Dave Ferguson from CNN told us that there was plenty of money to build 2 more classrooms onto the building. He told us that he would go to the SBA and see about that. He also told us that he would check on doing some insulation between the second floor and the first floor, because when they built this school, they didn't put any noise level stuff in. I mean, it's just unreal, the noise and the distraction that it causes our younger students who are underneath them. Now, we have purchased things that go on the bottom of the chairs and desks, and that has helped. But still yet, in my opinion, when they built this school, we dropped the ball by allowing them to do some of the things that they got by with. We still have, and this is not on here, we still have a security system that has never worked. We're supposed to have 37 cameras in this school. 6 of them weren't. They never worked. We have got, oh goodness, you guys help me out.
Lights out front.
Oh, our lights out front, they worked for about 2 weeks.
They're not hooked up anymore.
They're not even hooked up. They don't work. We found, we had a leak. And we found that they had duct taped 2 pipes together.
It was a chemical drain.
It was a chemical drain
So you know
for
how long
the
duct
side
tape
slab.
would have lasted if you'd actually used some chemical.
We had
Our key cards only work on one door.
our key cards only work on one door, and when we started investigating that, they didn't even wire the other doors for the key cards. Let's see, what else? Oh, the air conditioning. Depending on where you are in the school, you will run into every type of temperature that you can possibly have. We have the rainforest in our nurse's office and our counselor's office. We have the Arctic in my office. I wear a sweater every day. Every day, no matter what temperature is outside. And everybody that comes in my office, I have 2 blankets in there. They grab the blankets and put them around them because they freeze all the time. Now, I would rather it be cold than hot. But then we have some classrooms that are exceptionally hot.
But they fluctuate.
They do fluctuate.
Morning they'll be really, really warm, and you don't touch the thermostat at all. Come back after lunch and it's cold.
This cafeteria, well, if you remember last year when you all were in here, it was, when we had the board meeting, it was extremely hot. And tonight it's pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
So it just fluctuates all the time. What else?
The doors to our rooms are at the leak.
Oh, the water comes under the doors that are on the back side of the building when it rains real heavy.
You can't open the doors from the things in our office because one of them they put in has never worked. It shorts out the other 2.
There's a buzzer where we can buzz people in, and that's a security issue too, because you don't want to just allow anybody in your school, so we're supposed to keep the doors locked. But we can't keep the doors locked if our buzzers to let them in don't work half the time.
What about the roof? Roof leaks at one time?
We've had all kinds of roof
Those
leaks.
been corrected?
As of right now, we have not had any reported to me. Have you had any reported to you, Dana?
No.
Yeah, and I know that Dana has emailed these people over and over and over again. When they gave us this school, they quit. And in all honesty, my advice would be, whatever you do, if you build another school, I wouldn't have them. Although I don't think there's anything you can do about that. But I mean, I honestly wouldn't. Because they put all this money in this building, and then they came in way under budget. Millions, a couple $1 million under budget. But after they turned it over to the county, they wouldn't order us anything. We tried to order some file cabinets and some of the things that were lacking that the teachers needed and stuff. They wouldn't order us anything. I said no. And the money was given to Lincoln County for that. And it's not Mrs. Lucas's fault, and it's not Dana's fault, and it's not my fault. I mean, we've all been in contact with these people. We've been in contact with the SBA, ZMM, and Mason and Berry, and several other contractors that worked on this building. And it's a shame that we have such a nice facility.